And we are live. Welcome to Pool Gym Podcast. A little
Oof,
remote action today. Tommy just sat down, so we'll give him a chance to catch his breath.
I was born ready.
All right, nice. We're here to talk about the AT&T Byron Nelson Championship. I hate being remote, man. I miss being in the shop. I'd just much rather be there. But today we'll talk about last week a little bit, talk about Rory, and then we'll get right into the Byron Nelson and go from there. So stick around. We'll see you soon. Check it out.
Good.
Do you have us open on your computer?
Do I have much open? I got hella things open, yeah.
Yeah, but do you have YouTube open?
No, why?
Okay, cool. We were doubling up again like we did the one day, and I was like, oh no, what's going on?
We're good.
All right, cool. So I think last week I made the comment that you got to bet Rory because he's of his strokes gained at that course, and turns out that we were right?
Absolutely, yeah. I have, just a little bet on him, 5 to win 90.
Yep.
A little bit of profit, even though it wasn't a big payday. I know that I was a big fan of Keith Mitchell going into the week.
Yep.
I brought that up, not based on any of the stats gained, just looking at the trend, talking about how he was a grinder. Unfortunately, if he would have carried a chipper instead of a 60 degree the last round, he probably wins that tournament. But it is what it is.
That hurt your pocket a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I came out positive last week, like 120. But
that's not bad.
But if he would have won, I would have been up 1,400. So definitely hurt a little bit. Watching that, I mean, the worst part is he killed me slowly too. Like he would, he 3-putt 7 for par. And it's not just a 3-putt 7, but he leaves it 20 feet short. Like, that's just nerves. That's the only way you can describe it. Unless maybe there was a big ridge or something he didn't get up, but still, like, that's nerves.
No, not at that level. That's nerves.
8, he has 40 yards out, trying to get up and down for birdie. Hits it 17 yards, barely gets on the front edge. And it wasn't like a tight lie off the fairway. He had a nice, good lie out of the rough and just chunked it. And then on 14, he's right next to the green and chili dips a wedge. So it's just like, you got to think as a pro, you're birding 2 out of 3 of those opportunities.
You're hoping to anyway, right?
Yeah, and he barely parred half of them. Geez.
Yep.
So that one hurt. But at the end of the day, this is why our system's been working. I bet him top 10, top 5 winner for $15 total. Didn't make any on the winner. Got 175 for the top 5 and another 75 for top 10. So
I'm just loving that people are making money off of the system. I have a couple of buddies in here at work that are doing the same thing. I bet last week I had Rory, so I came out on top. I didn't bet a ton of money last week, but I had Rory. I had Answer in the top 5. I had Hovland in the top 10. So, it was a good show.
I had Aaron Wise who snuck in the top 10.
Aaron Wise did sneak in the top 10.
That was another one of my gut picks right there.
Mm-hmm. Nice. What's up, Diabler? Good to see you, man. All right, so let's jump into it. Rory wins last week. Now we're moving on to the AT&T Byron Nelson. It is a interesting course to look for information on because there's never been a PGA event at this course. It's the first time that TPC Craig Ranch in Texas has ever hosted a PGA tournament. So my stats that translate are really tough. I couldn't find much for guys that have played. So I'm heavy on Texans because it's in Texas and Spieth and Scheffler and guys like that have played it.
Never a bad idea.
Exactly. And it's a fairly long track. We're talking 7,400 yards, almost 75. And
300 or 400 short of next week.
Fair. And par 72. So we only have 7 players in the top 25 FedEx points and only 17 of the top 50 here. I rate the field at a strong B, but not anything better than that. Let's get right into some picks here. The first guy I have on the list, you've already mentioned him once today, and that's Aaron Wise. He won this tournament in 2018, tied for 9th last week, ranked 7th in greens and regulation this season in all of the PGA. I like him this week. I like him a lot to be a top 10, top 5 guy and throw some money on him to be a winner. The odds are fantastic. So you're going to make money if he gets himself in the top 10.
And that dude's got balls, man. That guy, like, I don't know if you watched him win the NCAA tournament, but like went out and stomped the competition. Comes out, he already has a win on tour. Like, no reason he couldn't go off and do it.
Yep, I like him a lot this week. I like Keith Mitchell again this week. I know he burned you last week, but 2 top 5s in his last 4 events. He's playing good golf, and you got to think in the hunt with a guy like Rory next to him. If he comes into that same situation this week where he's next to someone like Bryson or Spieth, it might just not be quite as hard.
Yeah, I don't know what crowds were like last week. It looked pretty full, but that's probably the most people he's played in front of his entire life, Right. And here's what I'll say though is like as much as I was frustrated with him not getting birdies, right? He didn't fall off though. Like he made some tough par putts. They didn't all go in the center. He had like a 720 that went in somehow, but he didn't. He found like on those 4 or 5 footers where he made a bad shot and now he left himself this for par. He made it. He got it done, And so you gotta give him some credit, And he hit that shot into the par 3 on the back 9 to make a 2 to get back in it. So they did some positive things. I wonder how his odds will be influenced this week, but I imagine. Last week he was plus 17,500 to win. I imagine he's probably just a little worse than that this week.
Yeah, he's not quite the long shot he was last week. The next guy on my list, Scott Piercy. He's a long shot guy. Huge value here, but finished 2nd in 2019. Different course. Finished 2nd in 2019, and I would just throw a couple bucks on him. He's played pretty good golf the last couple of weeks. I like Scott Piercy this week. Yeah,
I got a guy for you here, and we rode him the last couple weeks. Chris, we'll get 18 together whenever you name it, man.
Yeah, man. You just let us know, Dives. We'd love to go out and play with you.
Yeah. Another guy to watch this week. He didn't quite crack the top 10 the last 2 weeks, but he was right there, and it would have been big money. Is Charles Schwartzel.
I feel like it's going to be oh, man, he's next on my list.
Charles Schwartzel, baby. He also has been racking up greens and regs. So, for people who maybe don't know stats, like for golf, the best stat you can rack up in order to shoot low is greens and reg. It's actually not putting unless you're putting atrociously. But
facts.
But if you're hitting greens and 2 putting at worst, you almost can't shoot a bad score. So I would definitely continue to ride him. Maybe not winner, but like a top 10, top 5.
Top 5.
And if you want to throw $1 on him to win, I'm sure that would pay out well.
So every guy, let me double check my list before I lie. Every guy I'm going to say from here on out, I would put money on to win as well as top 5. Okay. Just because of odds and percentage of just getting a winner on your card. Right. So that's how our formula works. You want to have a winner on the card. The top 5s, the top 10s, they are what supplement the winner if you don't get it. My next guy is Daniel Berger, 4 top 10s and 13 starts. Great all-around game. 5th on tour for birdies average, and he's still playing those freaking irons, man. I love it.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Daniel Berger.
Daniel Berger. Yeah, tour preferreds, baby.
Absolutely, the tour preferreds. And then my next guy is my first Texan on the list. He was your big call out early in the year when we did like our first ever podcast, Ryan Palmer. He has not won a stroke play event in 10 years. So he has been super steady all year, and this is a good chance for him to break through. I really like his odds. He's long, he's straight. The rough at this course is nothing. It's really not. There's a couple picks I have today that are specifically because if these guys might not be the straightest off the tee, but if there's no rough, they'll be fine. So
yeah, I mean, Ryan Palmer's never a bad pick for top 5, top 10. I mean, like you said, he has 1 in 10 years. He has a tendency to be in the lead or be in the top 2 or 3 going into Sunday and kind of stalling out. But and I don't think he blows up. He just doesn't make enough birdies the final day generally to pull it out.
Honestly, I think he gets tired. Just from watching him this year, I've never paid attention to him before this year, right? And he looks like he starts to wear down a little bit. Yeah,
no, but I mean, he's a solid player.
Yeah,
and no reason you can't do well this week.
Next guy that I have on this list is Cameron Champ. So we used to talk about Cameron Champ a lot early in the season, but his length is a huge key here, and it being a course that's never hosted a PGA event before might level the playing field a little bit for him around the greens.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're going to see, crazy low scores in the first 2 rounds at least, because you're going to have guys feeling their way through. And that gives Cameron Champ a chance with his distance to maybe be able to scurry around a little bit and stay in the hunt and then maybe get hot. He's young. He's the kind of kid that might be able to do that.
Played well in the partner event. They didn't do so hot on Sunday, but that's alternate shot. And so I don't really necessarily blame that on him. He didn't get as much TV coverage on Sunday because they weren't really in it. But I mean, for all I know, Tony Finau could have been the reason that they fell off just as much as him. So,
well, he also played extremely well in the Masters for a kid that hasn't played a whole lot of Masters golf.
Anytime you're talking 7,400 plus, you can't hurt to put $1 on Cameron Champ. Just because he's going to be hitting in clubs that no one else is hitting in. Realistically, even Bryson. I mean, he hits it just as far. I mean, it's just, and he's a better. Well, they're both really good putters, but yeah.
I got a funny message that said we shouldn't be talking money. We should be talking units. And I said, we're not Barstool Sports.
Yeah. I mean, we're just here to talk golf and I'm all about them dollars. I don't know about you, but
I know, right? I'm trying to pat my wallet. I don't care what a unit is,
All I know is we're up a lot.
What's that?
All I know is as a collective, we're up a lot.
Well, I mean, I'm up over $2,000 at this point, so we're having a good year. James Hahn is next on my list. I just need a little James Hahn in my life this week. I just feel like he's going to come out and play well. He seems to be the type of guy. I'd put $1 on him to win just because of his odds. But I think he's going to be in the top 10 this week. That's my real play with him, but I'll throw that extra $1 on him to win just in case, so my heart's not broken if he does win and I don't win that.
Why not? I mean, you can't get
the next guy on my list is a surefire pick to win this week, especially going into a major next week. Mark Leishman. Look for him to play really well just as a tune-up, and he has played really well in this tournament in the past, and he's playing really well in general. So I like Mark Leishman a lot this week.
He's had that clutch chip in at the Better Ball Championship. You wonder how much of that translates over. Like, that's kind of such a different tournament. You wonder how he'll do playing his own ball all the time, but he's got a track record. And again, another guy that's like, probably if you bet him even top 10, you might make $5 to make $75 or something. Those are the kind of bets that help you if you don't hit the winner, still break even or with pure profit if you do. So
exactly. Second Texan on my list is a PTP favorite, Scottie Scheffler. Sneaky long Texan, steady all year. He's got to break through with a win soon. Why not in his home state?
Why not? Odds probably not as good, but yeah,
they're not terrible. I was looking this morning. They're better than I expected, to be honest.
I had to guess I'd say plus 1,200.
No, it's more than that.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what it was now, but I think it's more than that. Hold on, I might have it right here. Who do you got? Any guys you want to point out here right now? Well, I'm looking this up.
I was just looking at the power rankings earlier this week, and just kind of. I mean, I don't love to go based off that because it's like we say with our show all the time. It's like,
he's plus 1,900. Sorry, go ahead.
I look at the power rankings occasionally, but it's like, wow, top pick, John Rahm. Wow, you really need me to tell you that,
Well, that's not what we're here for. I mean, we always throw that in at the end. We're not here for the John Rahms of the world. My next couple picks are people that, I think I have two picks left that, aren't chalk, and then we talk a little chalk and we move on from there.
Yep. Go for it. I'm trying to find the power rankings again.
So next guy I have
that I found intriguing. You go ahead. I'm just pulling it up.
Next guy I have on this list was Fitzmagic. His game's been close. I see him in the top 10 this week. I got to put money on him to win. He's a little short off the tee for my taste for a course like this, but he's also an extremely good long iron player. So I got no problem throwing some money on him. Another guy that I like a lot this week that is kind of funny in general is Thomas Peters. So only 8 starts since the U.S. Open last year, and in those 8 starts, he's been in the top 25 in 6 of them.
Yeah.
So, there's a guy that
dude is stupid long too.
Well, and the odds are insane. They're insane because he's only played 8 times. So why would you make his odds good? Like, just another guy that you have a chance with there.
Yeah, I mean, the one guy. This is a guy we've ridden all year. Another guy who broke our heart at the Masters was Will Zalatoris.
I have him on my list here coming up. He's straight and long.
Here's where, early on in the year we were on about him, and I started to preach about this, weeks ago. Was like, at what point does he just get mentally exhausted?
Because he has to keep playing.
Yeah, but like at what? I mean, he missed the cut last week.
Yep.
Is he? It's worth a $5 bet because maybe he gets mad and bounces back and continues to play good golf, or has he hit a wall? Probably playing the most golf of anybody on tour this year. Other than guys who are just really he's at this point he's got a tour card. That's not his issue. Right. But unless other than the absolute guy grinding, trying to hold on to their card, he's playing the most golf out of anybody. Has he finally hit a wall? And so, because he's made us money in the past, I want to say, yeah, winner top 5, top 10. But another part of me says, I might hold off this week and wait to see, has he hit that wall, Yeah,
I'm going to throw some money on him. He's just the odds still aren't great. They're still not bad for him. So it certainly isn't back when we were betting him and he was plus 20,000.
Yeah,
but
it's those days.
I think you're gonna have to carry the show for a second, Tommy. I'll be right back.
Oh my. All right, here we go. Tom carrying the show.
First time for everything.
So, like I was saying, with Will Zalatoris, it's just he's getting a little worn out, I think, and so I'm a little concerned. But Ty's right. If you're willing to throw 1, 1, and 1 on him, maybe not a bad thing. I don't know if I'm willing to throw 5, 5, and 5 this week on him.
No.
The odds probably don't pay out that well for top 10, top 5 anyway, and I just don't think he's a surefire pick to make it in the top 10 this week.
So let's move on to I have 3 picks that are popular picks. The odds suck. You're not going to make a lot of money. Bryson DeChambeau is going to win this tournament.
Okay.
So I hate you know how much that just pained me to say that, right?
Right, yeah.
Right, Bryson DeChambeau is going to win this tournament.
Right.
The rough is nothing, so he's not going to have to change his he's not going to have to change his approach from the fairway to the rough. He's super long. He hits it pretty straight. He's putting it pretty well. I don't see any reason for him not to win the tournament. So if you're going to make a big bet this week, if you're going to throw 10 on a guy, which I rarely ever do,
right,
I would throw fucking $10 on Bryson DeChambeau.
Just for a while, yeah.
The next guy that I like a lot this week, Jordan Spieth. You don't have to be in the fairway. And if you don't have to be in the fairway, Jordan Spieth is a dangerous man. The only thing that hovers over him a little is he just got over COVID. He had COVID for a couple of weeks. Yep.
So,
but you still got to bet him. He's my last Texan on the list, and I think you gotta look at him. And then Brooks Koepka, is he healthy? Is he healthy? If he's healthy, then yeah, you gotta bet him. It's the week before a major. He's going to be getting tuned up because that's what Brooks Koepka does. So I like Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, I mean, still getting over that surgery, but yeah, he's played well still.
Couple other names just on my spreadsheet that I do every week. Like I said, this was so hard for me because there's no like horses for courses, as some of the pages call it.
Yeah.
But Sergio Garcia has always played really well in this event, so I like him this week. To come out and play well. He's long enough off the tee. Doug Gim has always been pretty successful in this event. So if you're just going to play the event, Doug Gim's a guy that you could look at, and you're going to get great odds. Taylor Gooch is another guy that I like this week. He's never played well in this event, but I like him this week.
Yeah.
He's maybe a top 10, top 5 guy. I already said my boy James Hahn. Hold on, just going through my spreadsheet that I usually print out for myself.
All right.
A guy that I always like and has almost made me a ton of money a couple of times, Russell Knox. He's playing this week. He had a 6.
He's really solid golf this year.
He has. I like him a lot going into this tournament. Oh, where's my last guy here? I should send you this so you can look at it. Your boy Rafa Cabrera-Bello is playing this week.
No, he's been playing god awful. No, he really has though. Like
I know.
Even in good tournament, like usually, like I'm dead honest, serious about him. Like he only shows up for big tournaments, and even the last couple big tournaments, he's been nothing. So,
your boy Aaron Badley's playing too.
It's still too strong a field for him. I need like a D- field for him to win.
So
he only wins when he doesn't get invited to a major and plays the opposite event.
Obviously, John Rahm is a guy to look at this week. Lee Westwood's in the tournament this week. He's a guy to keep in mind. I love Harry Higgs to be a top 20 guy this week.
Mm-hmm.
I had one more I wanted to talk about, and I can't find it because I just clicked on the wrong. The bars across the top. I clicked on the wrong one.
Oh no!
Where'd you go? Oh, Peter Uihlein. I like Peter Uihlein this week a lot. Tied for 5th here in 2019. Tied for 21st in 2018. Once again, different venue, but has had success at this place or at this tournament.
Why not?
Yep. So I mean, those are my guys. Anybody you want to throw in there on top of that?
Well, I'm riding Charles Schwartzel this week.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I hate saying it. I'll stick. Bryson is the guy I think pulls this one out. Just the course fits him. Cameron Champ is my best long shot. I like Scott Piercy a lot this week too. Just running back over a couple of guys. Talked about Aaron Wise. Played well last week. We like him again this week. Daniel Berger is a really nice sneaky pick. You're not going to get great odds for him, but he's a nice sneaky pick. Ryan Palmer, you're going to get fantastic odds. Matt Fitzpatrick, you're going to get good odds, but I don't know that I like him to win. And then I think my out-and-out pick to win this week, even though I said Bryson, is Mark Leishman.
Okay.
So Mark Leishman's my guy. All right. So I guess we gotta take care of some stuff here. Let's run our Bets River promo, and then we'll close up shop.
Hey, what's up, guys? MLB baseball is in full swing. The NBA and NHL playoffs are right around the corner, and the NFL season is mere moments away. While we here at the Painted Lines are devoted to bringing you top-notch content from all the major sports, we are excited to also now give you the opportunity to cash in on all that content and knowledge. If you follow the link below, you will have the opportunity to sign up with BetRivers, an online sportsbook, and get an instant new user deposit match of up to $250. That's free money that you can use and try to turn into more free money. Let's go. Don't sit there and waste all that money. turn every basket into an otherwise meaningless Cavs-Timberwolves matchup in on a random Wednesday in March. That makes it all the more exciting. For betting tips and advice, be sure to check out written content from our top prognosticator, Money Max, on our website at thepaintedlines.com, or check out the Tough Cover podcast right here on the Painted Lines YouTube channel. You've seen the commercials all over TV and radio, but now is the time. Sign up today with BetRivers using the link below and start cashing in on your love for sports. Using the link below will automatically inform BetRivers that TPL sent you, and you'll get that new user deposit match of up to $250. Don't miss out on this opportunity for some free money, baby.
All right, so we are getting ready to close up shop. As always, thank you to the Painted Lines for hosting us on their YouTube channel. Thank you to XL Media for the sponsorship. Thank you to BetRivers. Big thank you to Pull the Pin, the best golf shop in Pennsylvania, maybe the East Coast. Yeah, we're throwing that out there, brother.
Oh my.
Just a big plus coming up here too. Next week's another major PGA Championship, so look for extended coverage on our part. Also, baseball season's starting to wrap up. We're getting near the end for high school baseball, so my input and my Twitter will be going off about golf nonstop, as well as more coverage, which we're really excited about, and a pretty big announcement coming up in the next couple of weeks. We'll see when that breaks, and we'll move on from there. But for Tommy, I'm Ty. Thanks again for joining us. Check out Pull the Pin at Pull the Pin Lank on Instagram and on Twitter, PTP 2021. We're almost up to 200 followers, which is pretty fun. I know it's not a ton, but it's fun for me. Or check me out at TyBook3, and we will catch you guys next week before the PGA Championship. Look for us Monday so you have enough time to bet. We'll talk soon. Have a good one.
Have a good one, Ty.
You too, Tommy.